Hey there, it's just me this time. I know you probably came here to see Max. Max is the star of the show. But you got me this time, and the reason you have just me is I need to kind of come clean about something and be a little bit more transparent about my life. And but before I do, I just want to say thank you. You guys, I read through all of your comments. I try to reply to a lot of them, at least hit the thumbs up on them, but I'm overwhelmed. My family's overwhelmed. You guys say the coolest stuff and are so complimentary of me and complimentary of Max, and it's overwhelming. I am just amazed at the amount of positivity that you guys put out there, and so thank you so much. That is so special for us. It gives us fuel to keep going and make more content. And my hope is that what we do is affecting you and your family and having a positive impact on the world around us. And so thank you. With that said, though, I have to come clean about something. The dad that you see on all these videos, me, I wasn't always the man that you see. I will admit to you that the early years were really hard. When Macy was born, Macy was like this all-star kid and really easy to parent, and we thought we had parenting wired, you know. And when Max was born and Max presented different abilities and just different stuff, I realized that, oh man, I'm not sure I do have what it takes. And as he got older and our challenges with communicating with him and teaching him motor skills and him getting very upset about certain things and sometimes even violent, I realized that, oh my goodness, I don't have what it takes. You guys, I lost my cool with Max more times than I can remember in the early years. And it happened, I mean, obviously I didn't do anything stupid. I just knew that Max wasn't getting out of me everything he could. And he needed everything. He needed all of me. And I wasn't there. I didn't know how to do that. And so in 2012, the challenges of parenting coupled with some financial problems, we had to shut a business down, we had to sell a house. I was really struggling. On top of that, I had a big mountain bike crash, broke a ton of bones in my body and I nearly died. And I just realized in that season that I was succumbing to some pretty severe depression. And this was 2012, and maybe a couple of years after Max got his diagnosis. And it was sort of a perfect storm of hard things, and I suffered from some pretty severe depression. And I'll admit to you that in one moment I thought that it might be better off for everybody if I were just gone. And I stayed in that dark place for a couple of weeks. And through a certain series of events, I was able to snap out of it. And what happened was some people kind of cornered me and said, listen, you're not good. You're not healthy. You need to get healthy. And I recognized I wasn't good mentally. I recognized I wasn't good spiritually. And others recognized that my physical health needed to be addressed. And so I began to exercise regularly. I began to challenge my mind. I began to take more seriously my relationship with God. And in 2013, I started to climb out of that hole. And I realized that if I was going to be the best dad and the best husband I could be, it was going to take training. It was going to take a ton of work. I recognized that I didn't have what it takes to parent a special needs kid in those early years. And my frustration with the situation led to frustration with myself, led to the depression. And as I came out of that through maintaining health in all aspects of wellness, the physical, the spiritual, and the mental, I began to realize that those things were going to be my focus, and that I was never, ever going to go back to that dark place. And so as I began to take those things more seriously, the challenge that I presented to myself, the physical workouts, they weren't happening so that I would look good in the mirror. People ask me why I would do such crazy workouts, and I would say, oh, you know, they're fun, they challenge me, and blah, blah, blah. My real reason, I work out so that I can play football with my son when I get home from a long day of work. I can jump on the trampoline. I can chase him around the house. And wrestle and whatever. I need the physical energy to be a good dad and be present for my kids. And some of you guys have seen the ice baths or the sauna sessions if you follow me on Instagram. And people hear about it and they say, why do you do that? And again, I give them kind of the fun answer. But in the back of my head, I say to myself, I'm doing those crazy mental exercises for Max. That's what they are. They're just strictly mental. I mean, obviously you have to do them in the physical, but it's a mental exercise. And I do them so that I can train my brain to endure challenge. And so I've focused a lot on that over the years. And then my spiritual health, I just began to take more seriously my relationship with Jesus and rely on Him for the strength. You see, God knew all along that Max was going to be a part of our family and that I was going to be his dad. And God trusts me. In fact, I'm the only one that He trusts with Max. And so He must know that deep down inside somewhere, I've got what it takes. And so I had to, in my spirit, begin to believe what God believes for me. And rely on Him for strength and rely on His promise to me and for Max. And so over the last, say, 8 years, I have become the man that you see in all the other videos through a strict regimen of training. And let's just call it what it is. It's training. It's training to be a good dad and a good husband. If you were going to go out and run a marathon, would you just tie your shoes and go run one? I mean, maybe some of you could do that. But no, most people, even seasoned runners, if they've got a marathon in front of them that they've got to do, they go train, and it's a very strict regimen, and they train and train and train, and then so that they can have success on race day. Parenting is a marathon. Why would you go into it without training? And so that is what I've adopted for our lives, and I'm very thankful that Jamie is very much on board, does the same stuff. We train together. And even Max and Macy like to train. They don't know exactly why I'm doing it so hard and so rigorously. But I'm actually doing it for them, and I'm doing it for Jamie. Like I said, I'm not trying to win any beauty pageants or be the fastest or strongest guy out there. I just want to be the best at the role that I have, and that is dad and husband. And it takes work. Parenting and being a spouse under normal circumstances or average circumstances or whatever, however you want to call it, is hard enough. And when you throw different abilities and different needs and different situation into the mix, it takes a lot. And so I just want to encourage young families that may be a little bit earlier in the journey than we are now. Moms, dads, you might be watching this going, man, I'm not sure I have what it takes either. But you do. You are the only person that God trusts with your child. But it's going to take some work. You're going to have to train. So figure out what that looks like and be the best human you can be, the best parent for your child, the best spouse or partner that you can be. The next generation is relying on us to be strong and to lead well and to train well and to train them up. So that's my encouragement to you today. If you feel like you don't have what it takes, like I did, 4 years, figure out what it's going to take. You've got it deep down inside there. So I hope that sheds a little bit light on our situation, and I hope that it was beneficial for you and your family. Thanks again for your continued support, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Oh, and check out the new studio. We got Max's favorite ski area back here, Breckenridge, Colorado. Got some decorations and stuff. Let me know in the comments what you think if you're still watching, and we'll see you on the next one.